To the woman who feels like she is too much and not enough, all at the same time. To the one who feels invisible in a world that demands she be loud yet quiet. To the one who feels like she is running a race she never signed up for. I see you. We see you. This is an invitation, not to become someone new, but to come home to the woman you have always been. Deep beneath the layers of expectations, beneath the shoulds and supposed tos, there is a power waiting for you. It is your birthright. It is your truest nature. It is the wild, beautiful, untamed part of you that knows the way. This is not about adding anything to yourself. It is about unbecoming everything that isn't you. We are often taught to look outside ourselves for validation, for permission, for a sign that we are doing it right. We look to our partners, our bosses, our friends, the numbers on a scale, or the likes on a screen. We have been conditioned to believe that our worth is something to be earned, something to be proven. But what if your worth is not up for debate? What if it is a settled fact? Your inherent power is not something you need to achieve. It is something you must remember. It is the quiet hum beneath the chaos of your daily life. It is the knowing in your gut. It is the strength that has carried you through every hard thing you have ever faced. It is time to stop searching outside and start listening inside. This journey is not about fighting against the world. It is about rooting so deeply into yourself that the world's noise becomes a distant echo. It is about building a home inside your own skin, a place of safety, of truth, of unconditional love for the woman you are right now. Not the woman you will be when you lose the weight, get the promotion, or find the partner. The woman you are today, with all your messy, glorious, complicated, and beautiful humanity. This is a call to lay down the heavy armor you have been carrying, the armor of perfectionism, of people-pleasing, of pretending you are fine when you are not. It is time to get soft. It is time to get real. It is time to come home. So take a breath, a deep one. Let it fill you up and remind you that you are here. You are alive. You are a miracle of existence. This is not another thing to add to your to-do list. This is a peeling away, an excavation of your own soul. It is a gentle, steady return to your true north. Your feminine power is not a destination. It is the path itself. It is the way you walk, the way you breathe, the way you love. It is the truest expression of you. And the world is desperately waiting for you, the real you, to show up. This is your permission slip. You are ready. You have always been ready. Let's begin. Let's be clear about what feminine power is. It is not about being weak. It is not about being passive or submissive. It is not the opposite of masculine power. It is a different kind of strength altogether. Feminine power is the power of creation, of intuition, of collaboration. It is the quiet strength of a river that carves canyons over millennia. It is the fierce love of a mother protecting her child. It is the wisdom that flows not from the head, but from the heart and the gut. It is the courage to be vulnerable, to feel everything, to say, "This is my truth." It is the power to receive, to nurture, and to heal. It is magnetic, not forceful. It draws people and opportunities in, rather than chasing them down. Feminine power is not about rejecting men or masculinity. True feminine power honors and respects healthy masculine energy. It understands that we need both to be whole. Think of it like a dance. The masculine provides the structure, the direction, the container. The feminine provides the flow, the creativity, the life force that fills the container. One without the other is incomplete, imbalanced. Feminine power is not about being better than. It is about being with. It is about connection, community, and the understanding that we are all in this together. It is the power that says, your success does not diminish mine. It expands us all. It is the force that weaves the fabric of our relationships and our communities. We must unlearn what we have been taught. Feminine power is not about aesthetics. It is not about being beautiful according to someone else's standards. It is not about being polite when you need to be firm. It is not about smiling when you are in pain. That is a cage, a performance. True feminine power is wild. It is authentic. It is the courage to show up as you are without apology. It is the grace to allow yourself to be messy, to be in process, to not have all the answers. It is the deep, unshakable knowing that your worth is inherent. It does not depend on your productivity, your appearance, or anyone else's approval. It simply is. So let go of the idea that to be powerful, you must be like a man. Let go of the belief that your sensitivity is a weakness. It is your superpower. Let go of the need to compete and conquer. Your power lies in your ability to connect and create. Feminine power is the world's most underutilized renewable resource. It is the love that can heal divides. It is the intuition that can solve impossible problems. It is the compassion that can build a kinder world. It is not loud. It is resonant. It does not shout. It speaks a truth that everyone, deep down, recognizes as home. It is already inside of you, waiting. We live in a world that worships the masculine. Not healthy masculinity, but a distorted, imbalanced version of it. A world that celebrates speed over slowness, logic over intuition, competition over collaboration, hustle over rest. This world tells us that our value is measured by what we produce, how much we achieve, and how relentlessly we climb. We are taught to push through pain, ignore our body's signals, and silence the whispers of our hearts. We are told that feelings are unprofessional, that intuition is woo-woo, that rest is for the weak. And so, we learn to disconnect. We cut ourselves off from the very source of our feminine power. This constant pressure to perform in a system not built for us is exhausting. It leads to a profound sense of disconnection. We feel it in our bones. We start to believe that something is wrong with us. Why can't we keep up? Why do we feel so drained? Why do we need to cry when we are supposed to be strong? We put on a brave face. We armor up. We try to play the game by its rules, contorting ourselves into shapes that do not fit. We trade our natural cyclical rhythms for a linear 24/7 grind. We ignore our need for connection in favor of individual achievement. We silence our inner knowing and trust the external experts instead. This is how we lose ourselves. Think about the language of our culture. Crush it, kill it, dominate the market. It is a language of battle, of conquest. This is the energy we are forced to swim in every single day. It seeps into our pores. It teaches us to see other women not as sisters, but as competition. It teaches us to be hard when our nature is to be soft. It teaches us to be skeptical of our own feelings and instincts. We become strangers in our own bodies. We forget the wisdom of our cycles, the power of our emotions, and the truth of our intuition. We are living in a state of inner exile, constantly striving in a world that does not see or value the deepest parts of who we are. This is not your fault. You're not broken. You are a cyclical, intuitive, feeling being living in a linear, logical, and emotionally stunted world. Of course you feel disconnected. Of course you feel tired. You have been trying to power a beautiful, intricate sailing ship with a gasoline engine. It just doesn't work. The good news is that you don't have to keep pushing. You don't have to keep trying to fit in. The path to wholeness is not about trying harder. It is about stopping. It is about getting quiet enough to hear that whisper again. It is about gently, bravely, turning away from the world's noise and tuning back into your own inner silence, where your true power resides. When our energy is out of balance, it shows up in our lives. We can see the symptoms of wounded feminine and wounded masculine energy in ourselves and in the world around us. Recognizing these signs is the first step toward healing. It is like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly you can see what you are stumbling over. Wounded feminine energy often looks like powerlessness. It is the feeling of being a victim to circumstances. It is manipulation instead of direct communication. It is a lack of boundaries, constantly giving until you are empty. It is codependency, seeking validation and worth from others because you cannot find it within. It is a deep-seated belief that you are not enough. Wounded feminine energy can also manifest as cattiness or jealousy toward other women. Because we feel insecure in our own power, we see another woman's light as a threat to our own. We compete instead of celebrate. It can look like an inability to receive. We deflect compliments. We feel guilty for resting. We have trouble accepting help. It is a deep distrust of our own intuition, constantly second-guessing ourselves. It is creative blockage, feeling uninspired and stuck. It is a disconnect from our bodies and our pleasure. We see our bodies as projects to be fixed, not as sacred homes to be cherished. These are the wounds of a feminine spirit that has been suppressed, shamed, and told it is not valuable. On the other side, we have wounded masculine energy. This is the energy our culture often rewards, but it is just as damaging. Wounded masculine energy is about control. It is rigid, inflexible, and authoritarian. It is the need to be right all the time. It is aggression, dominance, and a win-at-all-costs mentality. It is an obsession with doing, producing, and achieving, with no room for being, feeling, or resting. It leads to burnout, anxiety, and a complete shutdown of emotions. It is the belief that vulnerability is weakness. It is a disconnect from the heart, living entirely in the head. This is the energy of power over instead of power with. Both men and women can carry these wounds. Many women, in an attempt to succeed in a patriarchal world, have overdeveloped their wounded masculine traits. We become workaholics. We are overly critical of ourselves and others. We push our bodies to the breaking point. We control every detail of our lives, leaving no room for flow or spontaneity. We might feel successful on the outside, but inside we feel empty, anxious, and disconnected from joy. Healing is about bringing these energies back into balance. It is about softening the rigid parts of ourselves and strengthening the parts that have been silenced. It is about learning to be both fierce and soft, structured and flowing, a warrior and a healer. Reclaiming your feminine power is not a concept. It is a practice, a lifestyle. It happens in the small, everyday choices we make. Start with your body. It is your home. Move it in ways that feel good, not punishing. Dance in your kitchen. Stretch slowly. Walk in nature. Place a hand on your heart and just breathe. Create emotional safety for yourself. Allow all feelings to be present without judgment. When you feel sad, let yourself be sad. When you feel angry, acknowledge the anger. Your emotions are not problems to be solved. They are messengers to be heard. They are a vital part of your inner guidance system. Next, honor your intuition. Your gut knows. That little whisper, that subtle pull, that feeling of yes or no in your body, that is your truth. Start listening to it in small ways. What do you feel like eating? Who do you feel like talking to? Practice trusting that inner knowing over the loud opinions of others. And please, celebrate other women. Heal the collective wound of competition. When you see a woman shining, compliment her. Support her business. Amplify her voice. Her light does not dim yours. It makes the whole world brighter. We rise together. Your sister is not your rival. She is a reflection of your own potential. See the goddess in her, and you will recognize the goddess in you. Embrace your cyclical nature. You are not a machine. You are a woman. You have rhythms. Track your menstrual cycle and notice how your energy, mood, and creativity shift. Give yourself permission to rest more during your bleed and to be more social and productive at other times. This is not weakness. It is profound wisdom. Find your voice. Practice speaking your truth with clarity and kindness. Say no when you mean no. Ask for what you want. Share your ideas. Your voice matters. And finally, make space for pleasure. Not as a reward, but as a necessity. What brings you joy? A hot bath, a beautiful song, delicious food, a good laugh? Weave these moments into your day. Pleasure is your birthright. This is a lifelong journey of coming home. It is not a one-time fix. It is a daily choice to honor the woman you are, to lead with love, empathy, and collaboration, to trust your body, your feelings, and your knowing. Remember this, you are not broken. You do not need fixing. You are already whole. All the power you are seeking is already inside of you. By choosing to live from this place of authentic, feminine power, you do more than just heal yourself. You heal the generations that came before you and the ones that will come after. You are a healer. You are a revolutionary. By simply choosing to be fully and unapologetically yourself, you are changing the world.